Um, Hello, my fellow gods, my fellow deities, and my fellow Risha. I wish you all well. I wish you all well. And as we all know, it's another time for lecture. and my lecture is based on gnosis. That is, gnosis means to know, gnosis, to know, spiritual knowledge. So today, I want to talk about something very, very important that we have been misled by the religious dogma. You understand? You know, when we were being born into this world, when we were being born into this world, we were told that we should all pray to God. Our supplications should all reach God. That was what we were told, right? That God is in heaven, sitting there on his throne, hearing all the prayers one by one. And when it's the right time for each person, he is going to dispense his blessings. That's what we've been told, right? And that's what I believed, and that's what most of us have believed. But when my Kundalini awakened, my Kundalini awakened some couple years ago, let's say like 4 years ago or 3 years ago now. My Kundalini awakened. And how did it got awakened? By one, by destiny. By two, by curiosity. Yes, I was curious. I became curious about our existence. I began to search about the Orishas. I just found myself like, what is God? I started like, it just happened. But I believe everything is destiny. It's all in the script. You understand what I'm saying? It's all in the script. So now, the being we call God, is not what we think it is. Like, it's not who we think he is, that he's a sky. Though, yes, he's a sky father. He has been a sky father once to us. You understand? But as it is now, you know, I don't know how to put it. But when I got awakened, I began to search, who is God? What does he do? What does he perform? Does he perform miracle or magic? How does he look like? Is he a white man? Is he a black man? Is he a Yoruba man? Because if Olodumare is the god of the Yoruba, that means Olodumare must have been a Yoruba man. Since when Olodumare is the ancestor of all Yoruba people, that means Olodumare must have been a Yoruba man or must have been an Ife man. Yes, if he is truly the god of the Yorubas, and we say he's the god of the whole earth also. So I began to search that who really is God, because see, when it comes to prayer, before I became awakened, I have been praying. I attend churches, I attend sermons, videos. God, please help me, help me, help me. Why is my life like this? I've also seen people, prayer warriors, praying like as if they don't pray that day, something is going to happen to them. And still, nothing is happening. So is it that God is slow to answer to our prayers, or it's not yet our time? Because the amount of people that are making it in the world are fewer than people that are not making it. Yes. So the ratio is not balanced. Or people will say the world cannot be balanced, that there must always be poor and there must always be rich and there must be the middle class. But that's not the bone of contention for today. Today I want to describe who God is, who really he or she is, because God is a double manifestation. He's both man and a woman. That doesn't mean that he has both sex and gender in him. No. This is what I want to explain to us now. Now, when I became awakened and when I received the divine knowledge, the divine intervention, the divine revelation about who really our creator is. Now, there's something they call world cycles. World cycles are time intervals whereby divine beings descend into this earth to shape, guide, and lead humanity. World cycles, Manvatara. And during those Manvataras, advanced being, they descend into this world from another material world. But that material world has finished its evolution, you understand? And there are still beings, leftover beings on that planet. So they need another planet to continue their civilization, because creation is continuous, is to eternity. There will always be creation. Creation will always continue. That's what I want you guys to know. Creation will always continue. So those beings descend to this earth. You understand? They descend here, they create civilization, they shape words, they give us laws, tradition, code of ethics, and blah blah blah. Now, in the center of every civilization, there is a man or a woman. That is, he or she is the act of life. That is, the planet gains life through he or she. And that is what we all know as God. Now, and this person we call God is a magician, a supreme magician from another planet. You understand what I'm saying? A supreme magician from another planet that brought his assistants, what we know as angels or what we know as orishas, brought his assistants. Just like we have a chief priest, we have priests under a chief priest. That is how God is. If you do not believe me, let me give you the full meaning of Ọlọ́run. What is the full meaning of Ọlọ́run? Ọlọ́run is this being I'm trying to describe now. That is, he is from a cycle beyond men. He is in human form, but he is from a cycle advanced more than men, but is in the shape of man. That is why we said we're created in the image of God. You understand? So now, the full meaning of Ọlọ́run means Olú Awo-ọ̀run. Now, people will say this guy crazy. Is God a babalawo? Now, let me help you to break it down. Ọlọ́run means Olú Awo-ọ̀run. Olu means the peak of the bunch. The peak of the bunch, that is the apex. Then Awo means the mysteries. Then Ọ̀run in Yoruba signifies the spiritual world. And we have levels to this spiritual world, but Ọ̀run signifies spiritual world. So when we bring it all together, it is the Lord who owns the secrets or who governs the secrets of the invisible world. That invisible world is another material world that is more evolved than this planet, but it has completed its evolution. So the ruler from that planet brings a select individuals and some of the populace, the remaining of the beings from that planet, they descend into this planet. But before they descend, there's something they call they take the form of man. You understand? Because this earth is on a lower vibration than their own material world. So before they descend into this world, they take the form of man. They take the form of man. That is, whenever you see or you come in encounter with a divine being, you must come in encounter with your own self. You will see that, why are you like me? Why do we have the same face? Why do we have the same face? Why do we look alike? What that image is trying to show you is that entity has chosen you as his earthly vehicle to manifest itself on this earth. Yes. That's just how it is. And we all know that magicians, they are very powerful. They can shapeshift. So just imagine a supreme magician or a ruler that governs another planet. You understand? Chooses a human as his earthly vehicle. You understand? But according to this, it has been said that before a planet finishes its evolution, they emanate their soul like this, they bring out of themselves a creature like unto themselves. Even before their planet goes, their evolution is done. They bring out aerial astral images that are like themselves. They bring them out into this world. You understand? So, the soul that they bring out goes on to reincarnate. It's gaining experience. Because for that God or that advanced being in another planet, for him to manifest himself here on this world, he has to undergo series of incarnation to gain information what it is like to, or what is it like to live among people. Because for you to become a god of your own world, you must have lived as a man. You must have lived as an inhabitant of. That's what they call evolution. Evolution is a gradual step of becoming greater. You are moving from the lowest rung of the ladder, you are going up, you are climbing. Because every one of us on this earth, we are on a pilgrimage, we are travelers. Some remember and some do not remember. Like me now, I remember. That is why I'm here to teach the world, teach humanity about our lost glory. Understand what I'm saying? So now, these beings, they descend into this earth. But when evolution has ended on another planet, the being that we call God or the monad, it stays in a field of stasis, or it stays in slumber. Is in slumber. That is, he's waiting for the next world cycle for him to incarnate himself. You understand what I'm saying? Now, this is where I want to take us to. This is what I want us to understand. I don't pray to a God. I don't pray. Normally, I was praying before. I do pray. But when I've been awakened from my sleep, because all of us, we are sleeping. If it's anybody that is walking on the road, just know that they are sleeping. I'm not trying to insult anybody, but it's just the reality of things. And that is why we, the spiritual ones, we are here to awaken humanity to their destiny. Whatever you think you are doing, you are living in an unconscious act. You are doing an unconscious activity of your true self. Now, the God that we are all praying to doesn't hear our prayers. That is why everything that we need to succeed is inside you. You have the DNA. See, we are only using 2% of our DNA. Just 2%. And that 2%, we are not even using it well. So now, God is in an unconscious state of manifestation, or should I say, is in a state of pre-manifestation. That is unconscious, or is in slumber, because his word has finished and is waiting for the next karmic expression for him to express his power. You understand? So when I go to churches and I see people praying fervently to God, say, this being you are praying to doesn't hear your prayers because he's in a state of potential yet. Yes, this is the secret I'm trying to tell you people. Everything you need. That is why God gave us Uri. Your Uri is your personal self, or is your soul. That is why Ifa told us to Bori, Nupe Ka Bori Wa. That we should worship ourselves, we should venerate the head. Because the head, the spiritual head inside us is our compass to that king. That king that is sleeping. Our Orinu is the compass to him. And it is only when the soul or the Orinu has gone through some evolutions that it tends to take the human along with him back to his origin. So now, the God that we are praying to is in a state of a stasis, is in slumber, is in pre-manifestation. So now, the goal is to go back to the origin, go back to our origin. That is, our origin means we should go back to Origun. Now, what is Origun? Origun is the holy head in heaven. Origun is the holy head that created all in Inyo, or all the other heads in heaven. That is, if a soul is able to escape this reality and go back to his origin, he's only going to find Origun in heaven. There is nothing like dead body, because the Bible told us that when we die, we all go to heaven. Heaven is not a cadaver or a mortuary place where dead body will be lining up for God to judge. Don't let them deceive you. That is why me and my fellow spiritual ones have been sent here to teach you people the truth about this word. So, any soul that is capable or that has been selected to return back to heaven, we see Origun. And when you see Origun, Origun does not have any face, because Origun is the father of all heads. Yeah. When you get back to heaven, when you get back to Orun, the being you will see there, it will be your own reflection. That is, Origun takes the reflection of the person who comes to meet him. For some what I'm saying, people, Origun takes the reflection of the people that came, that the beings that travel to come to him. Now, I don't pray because I believe that what is meant for me will surely get to me. Yes, I've stopped going to churches for like a few years, and I've experienced things even people who are going to church have never even experienced. I'm not trying to brag, but I'm trying to use myself as an example, as an archetype, as a blueprint, as a model for people who will come after me. Yes. So, the God that we are praying to is in stasis, is in a potential state, a pure potential state. You understand? God lives in the sphere of expectation. Is in the sphere of expectation. He's waiting for this one soul to awaken him, because God usually acts through his deputy. That is why in Yoruba they will say Orunmila is the second in command, or is the vice regent to God. That is, anything Olodumare wants to do on earth, he does it through his deputy, or through his reflection, or through his son here on earth. That is, Orunmila is a co-creator, is a co-creator of this world, or is a co-creator of our civilization. So Olodumare doesn't hear our prayers. I won't deceive you. Everything that we need to succeed here is already here. That's why when we go to church, our pastors will say, God does not bless people that smoke. Whereas many people who are smoking, who are into drugs, they are getting richer. And you that are not even smoking, you are not moving. So is God blind, or is he not seeing yours? That's to show you that your wealth is in your own hands. Your destiny is in your hand. I'm telling you, don't wait for one supreme being to come and save you where you can save yourself. You need to take accountability. That's what makes you a great person. Take accountability for yourself. Probably something bad happens, or you do something bad to someone. You will say Eshu is one that is using you. How? You were the one that did it. Why are you lying on Eshu? Eshu is not Satan. Too much. The insult is too much. Eshu is not Satan. You did what is wrong. You are lying on Eshu. That is Eshu that push you to do it. How? You did it. You take accountability for your actions. What you people think is that Eshu is doing is what we call karma. Karma is the spirit of nature. It's one controlling reality. That is, whatever you sow, you are going to reap. You might not see the results now, but whatever you sow into this world, you are going to reap it. If you do good, forget, you go see. Now good will follow you. If you do bad, don't worry. Your karma is coming for you. It might not even be in this lifetime. It might be in another lifetime, or it might even be in this lifetime. So what am I trying to say? The God that we are all praying to is in a state of slumber. The sleeping king is eating. He's waiting for the next world cycle for him to turn his potential wisdom into active wisdom. And he does that through his disciple. Every human being is a potential disciple of God, of the king, the eating king. Every human being is a potential disciple. But not everybody will become that disciple in a particular word. It might be in the next word or in the next one vatara, but every human is a disciple of that king. Yes. So you see, is either you follow the truth or you follow dogma. Me, I've stopped following dogma. People label me that don't I believe in God? Don't I pray? Don't I? The God I believe in is different from the God you believe in. I do not pray to God because he is not yet awakened. He doesn't hear humanity's prayers. He is aloof. He's in a state of potential. The monad, the ultimate, the one is in a state of potential. He needs his disciple for him to become awakened in this world. Then, if God is asleep, then how are people making it? People are making it because whatever we need to become successful in this world is already inside our body. Yes. People are making it. So, you going to church and your pastor tells you, ọmọ Ọlọ́run ò kí ń mutí, ọmọ Ọlọ́run ò kí ń fagbó. Àwọn tó ń fagbó, wọ́n sì ń lówó òun, wọ́n ń lówó òun. So is God not, so is the pastor, ṣé pastor ń purọ́ ni àbí mi understand? I don't understand what people are telling me. Smoking does not block your blessings, your material blessings. But though, those ones who are already on the spiritual path must not do those things. Once you are already on the spiritual path, you must not smoke, you must not drink. Because your brain, the chemistry of the brain of a seer or someone that sees is different from an average human being, because the chemical composition that is happening inside your brain is moving at a very rapid rate. And the more you take hard substances like alcohol and hard drugs, you are inhibiting, you are creating a veil. Because the veil is, you are already tearing down that veil for you to see the spiritual world. You are tearing down the veil. You understand me? So you taking in hard substances again will only make it worsen. So those on the spiritual path must not take drugs. You must not smoke. If on the spiritual path, it is not good. And if you're on the spiritual path, in your dreams, you'll be told not to smoke. They will tell you, stop smoking, stop drinking, stop smoking. Because your head is trying to guide you into a good, is trying to guide you into another form of existence, whereby people will be looking at you that, how are you doing this thing? Why are you like this? Why are you so calm? And there's so much problem around you, but you're calm. It's because I have inner sovereignty. I have calmed my storm, my inner storm. I have calmed my inner storm. So everything I need to be successful is inside me. So, I'm not here to tell you now, the God that we are all praying to now is in a state of slumber yet. He has not yet been awakened, but his arrival is imminent. And his arrival signifies a new world order. That is, the world is going to be recreated. That is, the current structure, the current world structure we have now is going to be destroyed. Yes. Is going to be destroyed. And when this world is destroyed, another one will be created. And not everyone will move over to the new world, because not every Ori is capable of moving over to the new world. But I assure you, all the spiritual ones who are fervent, who are on the path of spirituality, who are steadfast and doing the right thing, will surely see the new paradise on earth. Because the heaven we are talking about is on this earth. Earth was a heaven. That's why they call it heaven on earth. The kingdom of God is heaven on earth. Not heaven on the sky. It's heaven on earth. So, are we continue going to be living in spiritual dogma that our government have told us, or we are going to awaken to the true reality of life? So, I want to thank everyone listening to me today, and I hope this lecture has proven itself to you, and I hope you all get whatever you are looking for. Stay blessed. Bye.